Throughout history, certain individuals have undergone profound spiritual awakenings that not only transformed their own lives, but also influenced the course of society. Today, we explore the journeys of prominent figures whose quests for spiritual understanding changed the world, illustrating how their insights continue to resonate today. Our journey begins in India with Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, better known as Mahatma Gandhi. Born on October 2nd, 1869, in Porbandar, a coastal town in India, Gandhi initially pursued law in London and later worked in South Africa, where he faced racial discrimination as an Indian lawyer. This confrontation with injustice ignited his awareness and commitment to social reform. During his time in South Africa, Gandhi experienced a profound spiritual awakening influenced by the teachings of Hinduism, Jainism, and the writings of Leo Tolstoy. He began to understand the importance of non-violence, which he termed ahimsa, a principle of living that respects all forms of life. This awakening was not merely philosophical. It became a personal commitment that would define his approach to activism and leadership. In 1915, upon returning to India, he emerged as a leader in the fight against British colonial rule. Gandhi's approach was revolutionary. He mobilized millions through non-violent civil disobedience, demonstrating that profound change could be achieved without bloodshed. Events like the Salt March in 1930 epitomized his philosophy, as he led thousands to protest the salt tax, symbolizing the broader struggle for freedom. His spiritual convictions imbued his political strategies with moral authority, fostering unity among diverse sects and regions in India. Gandhi emphasized self-reliance as a means of liberation, urging Indians to spin their own cloth instead of buying British textiles. This focus on self-sufficiency and simplicity was rooted in his spiritual awakening, leading him to a lifestyle of austerity and purposeful living. Gandhi's legacy of non-violence and peace remains a guiding light for activists worldwide, reminding us that spiritual awakening can lead to profound societal transformation. Next, we travel to the United States and the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a beacon of hope in the struggle for civil rights. Born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia, King grew up in a deeply religious household. His father, a Baptist minister, instilled in him the significance of faith and social justice from an early age. King's spiritual awakening occurred during his studies at Crozer Theological Seminary, where he began to reconcile his Christian beliefs with the harsh realities of racial inequality. This reconciliation deepened when he met Gandhi's philosophy of non-violence, inspiring him to adopt these principles into his activism. The crucial moment came after a personal crisis in 1956, when King faced constant threats during the Montgomery bus boycott. In that challenging time, he turned to prayer, which reinforced his commitment to love and forgiveness, even amidst hostility. King articulated a vision of a racially integrated and harmonious America, encapsulated in his famous "I Have a Dream" speech during the 1963 March on Washington. His dream was not merely political, but profoundly spiritual, rooting his call for justice in the principles of love and brotherhood found in the gospel. His spiritual awakening fueled his courage to face imprisonment, violence, and ultimately assassination with grace. He believed, as he preached, that hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. This commitment to love, even in the face of brutal oppression, transcended his life's work, making him an enduring figure in the quest for justice. King's legacy as a civil rights leader is a testament to how a spiritual awakening can embolden individuals to change the world around them. Next, we turn to Russia and the life of Leo Tolstoy, born on September 9, 1828, into a noble family in Tula province. Initially, Tolstoy led a life of privilege, but after experiencing the horrors of war during his service in the Crimean War, he began to question the meaning of life and his place in the world. Tolstoy underwent a significant spiritual awakening in the early 1880s, deeply influenced by Christian teachings and personal reflections. He wrestled with moral dilemmas, grappling with the disparity between wealth and poverty and the transient nature of life. This awakening transformed his worldview, leading him to reject materialism and advocate for a life based on simplicity, love, and compassion. In 1889, he published A Confession, a profound exploration of his spiritual crisis and search for meaning. In it, Tolstoy articulated his belief that true happiness comes from living a life aligned with ethical principles and supporting the poor. He renounced his estate and wealth, dedicating his life to social justice and rural education. Tolstoy's later works, including The Kingdom of God is Within You, emphasize nonviolence and the importance of love as a transformative power. His ideas resonated with leaders like Gandhi, who adopted Tolstoy's principles in their own struggles for justice. Tolstoy's spiritual awakening not only transformed his writing, but also established him as a powerful advocate for peace, humility, and compassion in a world often characterized by conflict and materialism. In the 13th century, we meet the Persian poet Jalal al-Din Muhammad Rumi, commonly known as Rumi. Born on September 30th, 1207, in present-day Afghanistan, and later settled in Konya, Turkey, Rumi was initially a respected scholar and preacher. However, his life took a transformative turn after encountering Shams of Tabriz in 1244. This intense friendship sparked an awakening in Rumi, expanding his understanding of love and the nature of existence. Shams challenged Rumi's conventional beliefs and encouraged him to explore the ecstatic dimensions of love, leading Rumi to abandon traditional dogma and embrace the depths of spiritual experience. Rumi's poetry became a vehicle for expressing this newfound spiritual depth. His work, including the Masnavi, is filled with themes of divine love, unity, and the longing of the soul for connection with the divine. Rumi wrote, "The wound is the place where the light enters you," illustrating how personal suffering and longing can lead to profound spiritual insights. His writings emphasize the dissolution of the ego and the celebration of love as the ultimate truth. Rumi's influence extends beyond literature. His teachings have resonated across cultures and religions for centuries, encouraging individuals to seek spiritual truth and connection through love. His legacy reminds us that spiritual awakening can lead to a transformative understanding of humanity's shared experience. Moving to modern times, we explore the life of Carl Jung, born on July 26, 1875, in Switzerland. As a pioneering psychiatrist and the founder of analytical psychology, Jung experienced a significant spiritual awakening during a period of personal crisis around 1916. After experiencing what he termed a visionary episode and struggling with internal conflicts, he began to delve into his unconscious mind, which sparked profound self-discovery. This journey led Jung to uncover the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of human experiences and archetypes, which he believed were crucial to understanding the human psyche's spiritual aspects. He emphasized the importance of symbols and dreams in guiding individuals toward personal realization and spiritual growth. Jung's spiritual awakening also drew him to Eastern philosophies and alchemy, which further broadened his understanding of the psyche. He famously stated, "Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes." This profound insight illustrates his belief that true transformation comes from within. His integration of spirituality into psychology reshaped the field, encouraging an approach that acknowledges the human spirit's complexity. Jung's legacy continues to influence not only therapy and counseling, but also art, literature, and spirituality, demonstrating how a profound spiritual awakening can reshape an entire discipline. In mid-19th century America, we find Henry David Thoreau, born on July 12, 1817, in Concord, Massachusetts. A leading figure in the transcendentalist movement, Thoreau experienced a spiritual awakening during his 2-year experiment of simple living at Walden Pond from 1845 to 1847. In Walden, Thoreau documents his reflections on nature, solitude, and personal freedom, emphasizing the importance of simplicity and self-reliance. His retreat into nature was more than an escape. It was a spiritual quest for deeper meaning and connection with the natural world. Thoreau wrote, "I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life and see if I could not learn what it had to teach." His awakening led him to question the societal norms of materialism and consumerism, advocating for a life connected to nature and one's true self. Thoreau also penned his essay, Resistance to Civil Government, in 1849, calling for civil disobedience against unjust laws, a concept that would inspire generations of activists. Thoreau's exploration of spirituality and nature laid the groundwork for environmental movements and continues to resonate with those who seek a more meaningful, sustainable way of life, underscoring that spiritual awakening can lead to profound introspection and societal change. Turning to South Africa, we meet Nelson Mandela, born on July 18, 1918, in the rural village of Mvezo. As a young man, Mandela became actively involved in the anti-apartheid movement, joining the African National Congress, ANC, in 1943. His spiritual awakening occurred during his 27 years of imprisonment, primarily at Robben Island, where he endured harsh conditions but discovered the power of forgiveness and reconciliation. It was during this isolation that Mandela deepened his understanding of the human spirit and the importance of empathy. He emerged from prison in 1990 with a vision not for revenge, but for reconciliation. Mandela emphasized the need for forgiveness, famously stating, "As I have said, the first thing is to be honest with yourself. You can never have an impact on society if you have not changed yourself." His presidency from 1994 to 1999 marked a transformative era for South Africa. Mandela championed policies of reconciliation and nation-building, vigilantly working to heal the wounds of apartheid by promoting dialogue between former adversaries. His commitment to peace and understanding reshaped the country's trajectory from division to unity, offering a global model for conflict resolution. Mandela is remembered as a symbol of resilience and moral leadership, illustrating how deep spiritual awakening can catalyze monumental societal transformation and inspire generations to come. Finally, we explore the life of Thomas Merton, born on January 31, 1915, in Prades, France. Merton's early years were marked by a search for identity and meaning, leading him to become a Trappist monk at the Abbey of Gethsemane in Kentucky. His spiritual awakening occurred in 1941, when he experienced a deep existential crisis that propelled him into contemplative practices and a deeper relationship with God. Merton became a prolific writer and thinker known for his memoir, The Seven-Story Mountain, where he chronicles his journey toward faith and spirituality. Merton emphasized the importance of contemplation, writing, "The beginning of love is the will to let those we love be perfectly themselves." His insights extended beyond personal spirituality. They encompass social justice, peace, and interfaith dialogue. Merton advocated for understanding between religions, especially between Christianity and Buddhism, believing that contemplative practice could bridge cultural divides. His later writings reflect a deep concern for social issues, including civil rights and opposition to war. Merton's legacy emphasizes the vast potential of spiritual awakening to foster inner peace and stimulate societal action, reminding us that individual transformation is intrinsically linked to collective responsibility. These remarkable individuals illustrate the power of spiritual awakenings to inspire and transform not only their lives, but also the world around them. Their legacies remind us that the journey towards spiritual understanding is universal, transcending time and culture. From Gandhi's nonviolence to Tolstoy's moral philosophy, from Rumi's ecstatic poetry to Merton's contemplative insights, each story reflects a quest for deeper meaning and connection in a complex world. What will your spiritual journey uncover? How might it inspire those around you? Thank you for joining us on this exploration of spiritual awakenings. If you found inspiration in these stories, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights.